Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just gotta find a little bit of the comedy in these stories because they're so sad and they're so heartbreaking. I want to present you guys with a very interesting story about, let's back this up for a moment. This individual that y'all see right here, who looked like a black Miss Potato Head, and then I want y'all to see this next picture. That woman just looked every bit as slow as molasses that's been sitting out in the snow. That girl looks slower than a dead tortoise. I mean, my goodness, look at her face. But this picture right here, man, we're going to have to pause it. I want y'all to look at this. I'm sorry to be a butthole. I got to do this. I got to do this. Before we even talk about the story, let's talk about this face. Oh my goodness. I need to blow this picture up so y'all guys can see this dude's face. Do y'all see this? Ladies and gentlemen, do y'all see this? Oh my goodness. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you guys to Cockeye the Sailor Man. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cockeye the Sailor Man. Look at this dude's face. It's cringy. It's gross. What is that on your face, sir? Did you tattoo a hairline, a piece of a hairline on your? What happened to the why? Why? Sir, why do you look like that? It's like you're looking here. They tell you, look at the camera. You're looking over here. And then the other eye is looking over here. It's just like, look, who do I look at? Do I look over here? Do I look over there? Okay, I'm going to turn over here. Now my eye's looking over. Why does your eye look like that, sir? Okay? You were confusing the hell out of me. I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what you're talking about. All right? Screw y'all if y'all think you can't judge a book by its cover. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely damn ridiculous. Let me tell y'all about this story coming out of a place called San Antonio. I need y'all to come to the front of the congregation and I need y'all to hold this big old L. This L is for San Antonio. Y'all taking this L tonight, damn it. Okay? Two people are facing injury to a child. Injury to a child. Charges after a 9-year-old girl was taken to the hospital. And I want y'all to understand this. A 9-year-old girl, almost 10 years old, weighed only 35 pounds. I want y'all to marinate on that for just a hot moment. A 9-year-old child weighed only 9 pounds. £9 with evidence that this 9-year-old baby was restrained at the ankles, tied up, restrained at the ankles, and whipped on her legs, according to court documents. Hashtag not my words. Investigators say that the child was hospitalized on Friday after an ambulance was called to a raggedy-looking apartment complex along Hershey Avenue for a report of a child who had passed out. The paramedics who first arrived immediately called for police when they realized that the girl appeared to be emaciated, starved. 35 pounds at 9 years old. I want y'all to think about that for a moment. It's always fat people starving somebody. Don't y'all think that's crazy? I'm a big guy. I know the value of food. I'm a big boy. So if I know the value of sustenance, why would you ever do that to a kid? They can't speak for themselves. They can't defend themselves. They can't go out and go get a job and work at 9 years old. They are defenseless. Now, according to EMS, the victim's body temperature, that baby's body temperature was so low and she appeared to be emaciated that they say that this baby almost suffered hypothermia. Think about how cold that is. The child was taken to the hospital where a doctor notated that she weighed 35 pounds instead of the average weight for a 9-year-old girl to be about 70 pounds or so. Now, she told the doctor that she was starved, handcuffed around her ankles, and she was hit with a dog leash. This 9-year-old baby, and yes, those apartments are hella raggedy. This 9-year-old baby was beat with a dog leash by her mother and her mother's boyfriend. That is the biological mother and the boyfriend. Can we get a hashtag mom's boyfriend in the chat? Because again, these mothers continue to put their children in these horrible situations. The doctor told police that there did appear to be evidence of restraint marks on the victim's ankles and marks on her legs that looked to be whip marks. Pictures were taken at the hospital show the little girl is extremely emaciated. Her bones, especially at her joints, are very pronounced. You can see her actual joints. All of the victim's ribs, especially on her back, were visible. The victim has also visible injuries all over her body. The doctors told officers the child was lucky to have survived this thing that she was put through. When police spoke to the victim's mother and mom's boyfriend, identified in court papers as LaKendra Williams. That's LaKendra Williams, who looks like a shaved potato. And her boyfriend, see if I can get his picture up here. Oh my goodness. Every time I see that picture, I'm just like, I want to push my eyeball back into my face. That is Cockeye the Sailor Man himself. His name is Walter Hawthorne, aka Cockeye the Sailor Man. And they claim that the little girl was starving her own self. They say that the little girl starved herself. How is that even They always blame it on the kids. Have y'all noticed that? They always try to point the finger back at the kids. They say that the little girl was starving herself, while they both claim that they tried to get her into treatment. Williams and Hawthorne admitted that they had never taken the child to a doctor, never taken her to a pediatrician since before the pandemic began. A child safety advocate says that the child was saved just in the nick of time and she could have easily have died. She said the pandemic, along with kids not physically attending school on campus, is leading to more cases of child abuse. The only individuals sometimes other than the family that will lay eyes on them are the counselors and our teachers, are those coaches and those mandated reporters, said Yolanda Valenzuela, CEO of Alamo City Consultants. So she's an advocate, just to let you guys know. Those are the #1 reporters. William and Hawthorne are currently charged with injury to a child. Why are they not charged with attempted murder? Why are they not facing more severe charges? I don't know. Maybe more charges will come down the pipeline. We'll just have to see. But if you suspect somebody is abusing a child, you can make an anonymous tip phone call to the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services by calling 800-252-5400. If you see something, please say something. Let me give you guys the fair usage and let you guys listen to the couple of news videos that were out there. Let me scroll down just a little bit. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Here we go. The only news video I got, just one video. Here we go.
A woman and her boyfriend are in jail tonight, arrested on charges of serious bodily injury to a child.
This after EMS found.
I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. I'll try to turn it up a little bit more.
A woman and her boyfriend are in jail tonight, arrested on. A woman and her boyfriend are in jail tonight, arrested on charges of serious bodily injury to a child.
This after EMS found a 9-year-old relative unconscious on Thursday at an apartment complex north of downtown.
Eyewitness News reporter Vanessa Croy is live at police headquarters. Vanessa, the little girl was found malnourished and a victim of severe abuse.
Well, Deb and Aaron, that's right. A police affidavit describes the horrific abuse that little girl had to endure. Police say when they found her, she weighed just over 35 pounds. Doctors say that's the average weight of a 3 or 4-year-old child, not a 9-year-old. And we do want to warn our viewers, the details of this case are disturbing. Now, according to that police affidavit, EMS responded to the Blanco apartments in the Beacon Hill area after they say LaKendra Williams called 911 saying the child was unconscious. When EMS crews arrived, they found the girl to be extremely emaciated and called police saying they believe the girl was a victim of neglect. The girl was taken to the hospital where she told doctors about the abuse. And according to investigators, the child said Williams and Williams's boyfriend, Walter Hawthorne, were hitting her with a dog leash until she passed out. The girl said Williams and Hawthorne had handcuffed her ankles and repeatedly punched and kicked her. She also told investigators she was starved. A doctor said the girl's temperature was so low she was on the verge of hypothermia. According to that affidavit, Williams told police the child was suicidal and often picked and scratched at her skin and had quit eating 2 weeks ago. Authorities say Hawthorne told officers the girl was evil and was just trying to get Williams in trouble. 30-year-old Williams and 34-year-old Hawthorne were both arrested and charged with serious bodily injury to a child by omission. Investigators say Williams said she was trying to get the child into a treatment center, but both of them admitted they hadn't even thought about taking the child to a doctor. Their bond was set at $100,000 each. And Deb and Aaron, if it couldn't get any worse, the child tested positive for COVID-19 when she was at the hospital. We don't have any word on her condition tonight, but doctors say she's just lucky to have survived. Reporting live downtown, Vanessa Croy, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.
I got to give a shout out in the chat to the person that said, we need to bring back eye for an eye. Or do we need to bring back eye for a cockeye? Cockeye the Sailor Man. Oh my goodness, boy. I mean, I know you shouldn't really just go in on people, but these are two unattractive individuals. My goodness. Matter of fact, look, I know I might be wrong for saying this, but I just think, in my personal, humble opinion, that when you're a certain level of ugly, I don't think you should be allowed to be a parent. Is that wrong of me to say that? Like if the threshold of ugly is way up here and you're like way up there, like you're like scraping the ceiling, you might not be a parent, man. You shouldn't be a parent. Like, I don't know. That might be wrong of me to say that. But look, there have got to be more men on planet Earth. You could have gotten anybody else. This woman could have gotten anybody else besides this individual. This was the only man that was available. The only man. Just damn. That is just hard. He is hard to look at. Real hard to look at, man. I don't understand how you even take this seriously. But we continue to keep putting our children around thugs. These mothers continue, like I said, hood hoes love hood dick. I don't think it's more relevant than it is right now. You live by the thug, you die by the thug. Stupid is stupid thugs. Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Hashtag TTO and hashtag TTT definitely applies here. And these people don't need jail time. Let me say that real clear. These people don't need jail time. They need hell time. There's a special place in hell for these two individuals. I mean, that dude literally looks like, this dude literally looks like Satan gave birth to him. That is one ridiculous looking individual. But I'm going to tell y'all something. It don't matter how ugly you are, but what do matter is the way that you behave. Okay? And the way that they treated this child was inexcusable. It's criminal. It's wrong. It's the worst thing that you could possibly be put through is to be starved and to be beaten. You already don't have no energy. You're already scared. Can y'all imagine what this little girl was going through at 9 years old? You are very aware at 9 years old of life and what's going on around you. And I cannot explain this little girl's psyche, how messed up that this little girl probably is on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, on a mental level, on a physical level. What they did to this little girl, like, just nothing on earth deserves that. This baby couldn't speak for herself, and clearly she was not able to defend herself against the tyranny of her caretakers. And for that, I hope that they get life in prison, and I hope that this little girl can get all the help that she needs, get into a safe, productive home, and I hope that this baby can grow up and become something great. And for that, I ask you guys to please put a prayer hands up, put a heart emoji, put some love in the chat. You know, just show some love in the chat for that little girl, because like I say, she at least survived, and that's more than I can say for most of the kids in our stories, okay? And for that, that's at least a little bit of a blessing, a little bit of good news in so many of these dismal stories, okay? Thank you guys so much for listening to this particular story. I'm DJ Just J with the AFC. That means we advocate for children first.